DeAnthony was a good kid, just barely a preteen, but carrying the kind of weight most grown men would crumble under. He had two younger siblings, Tiana and Corbin, and a mother named Tracy who wore her strength like armor. Tracy was raised by her widowed grandmother, and that upbringing made her fiercely independent. She did it all. A nurse by day, a security guard by night. No excuses, no shortcuts, just survival and sacrifice. They lived in a modest 3-bedroom in a quiet part of downtown Norfolk, peaceful for now. DeAnthony's school wasn't perfect, but the chaos stayed outside his front door, until life shifted. At 11, DeAnthony traded toys for chores, dishes, lawns, dinner, the little man of the house. But at 13, devastation. It started with a cough, one of those deep ones that rattles your bones and lingers too long in the chest. Tracy brushed it off like most mothers do. There was always too much to handle, too many mouths to feed, too many bills to balance. A cough couldn't afford to slow her down, but one evening, at the end of her hospital shift, Tracy collapsed. She woke up in a hospital bed, this time on the wrong side of care, surrounded by beeping machines and whispered concerns. A tumor, cancer, stage 2, sitting on her left lung like a weight made of shadow. That was the beginning of everything changing. The news hit the family like a runaway truck, watching their mother, their superwoman, hooked to machines, wires tangled like the uncertainty of their future. It cracked something deep in DeAnthony. But out of that crack came fire. DeAnthony, just 13, felt something break open inside him. It was the first time he saw fear in his mother's eyes. He didn't cry, not out loud. He learned how to hide his tears and turn that pain into motion. While other kids his age were arguing over video games or chasing girls around lunch tables, DeAnthony was learning how to manage the house, cooking, cleaning, checking on Tiana and Corbin's homework, walking to the store, counting coupons, hustling scrap metal, cutting grass, even taking on a paper route. He didn't call it sacrifice, he called it surviving. Tracy did her best to fight, surgery, chemo, radiation. But the fire in her bones was dimming. Still she smiled. Still she poured love into her children with every ounce she had left. And DeAnthony, he continued to hustle. Scrap metal, paper routes, mowing lawns, washing cars. When winter came, he shoveled snow. When spring hit, he was pressure washing pollen off porches. A young grinder with purpose in his eyes. Tracy fought hard, but cancer fought harder. She couldn't work anymore. The house was still standing, but the money was thin. Unemployment turned to disability. The bills stayed the same. At 16, DeAnthony took a job at a BP gas station, on the gritty side of downtown Norfolk. And just like that, the boy from the quiet part of town stepped into a world that didn't care how good he was. It only cared if he could survive. This is where the story begins, where purpose meets pressure, where light starts to flicker in the presence of darkness. Royal world, real life, raw truth. Stay tuned for Chapter 2.